Hello everyone, I'm Chef Joe and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Cioppino. First introduced in the 1800s by Italian-American fishermen of San Francisco's North Beach, it remains one of San Francisco's most iconic dishes. There are many variations of this dish. I'm going to show you mine. So let's cast out the net and reel in some Cioppino. For my version of Cioppino, we're going to need about a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil. I have one small or medium-sized fennel sliced up. I have about one celery stalk chopped up, one sweet onion, white onion chopped up. I have about a half of a leek right here, 6 cloves of garlic, about 1 teaspoon of the dry red pepper flakes to give it a little heat, 2 bay leaves, some fresh minced oregano. Here I have a tablespoon of fennel seed, which we're going to toast up, and I'll show you how to toast it and grind it. And that's going to add to the sauce, to the licorice flavor, the fennel flavor of the sauce. I have some absinthe right here. Then we're going to need a little bit Pinot Grigio. Have some seafood stock, some tomato, some crushed tomatoes, some linguine. Here we have a little bit of crab. I have probably about 1.5 Dungeness crabs, and I cut them up small to make a nice little garnish. We have a lot of fish here, so you just, we can put this in for a little garnish, make it look nice. Here I have about a ½ pound of little neck clams, and I have some mussels, about ½ pound of mussels. I prefer more clams, so if you like more mussels, put more mussels, less clams, whatever. Basically, it's whatever seafood you have available. That's what the fishermen used to do, and they used to make whatever they had, whatever they caught, that's what went into their Cioppino. So I have some cod. I have some nice prawns here, U15 prawns, calamari, tubes and tentacles, cleaned. And I have some linguine. You can leave the linguine out. You don't have to put the linguine in it. I prefer to have a little bit of linguine on the bottom of my plate just to give a little, a little chew, something to eat. Then I'm going to need a baguette. You need a baguette, like a garlic baguette. So I have a sourdough. Since it's San Francisco, I want to keep it sourdough. I have about a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil, about 4 tablespoons of butter, 6 cloves of garlic minced, and again with the fresh chopped oregano. First thing I'm going to do is toast the fennel seeds and get those ground up. So let's kick up the heat and get this pan hot, and then I'm going to dry toast them. So I'm just going to toss those in there. Toasting the fennel seeds is going to open up the flavor of the seed and give it a really nice, mellow, toasty, licorice flavor, and it'll also make it easier to grind up. Keep them moving, you don't want to burn them. Now you can see they're starting to turn a little bit. That should do it right there. That's it. Now I'm going to pour them right into my little grinder right there. I'm going to let them cool off. I'm going to grind up the toasted fennel seeds. If you have a spice mill, you can use that, but I kind of prefer to do it this way. It helps me meditate. There you go, it's almost like a powder now. That's good. For our crouton, we're going to need butter. We'll throw the butter in there. We'll put the olive oil, quarter cup olive oil. Garlic. Get all that garlic out of there. We like garlic. And a little fresh oregano. And I'm going to turn up the heat. And we'll get that all nice and melty and impart all the flavors of the garlic and the oregano in this butter. There you go. So when we don't see any more of the butter solids, then you're good to go. You shut it off, set it aside, and we'll slice our croutons. Now we're going to make our crouton for our cioppino. So we're going to take this baguette, sourdough baguette, and I like to cut it on a bias because I like to present it on the back end of the cioppino plate. So I like to cut them really wide and at a diagonal like this. Okay, let's see. Get another one. There's only 5 of us for dinner, but I might as well make the rest of it, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's enough. I'll wrap this up, save this one for another day. Put this in the freezer. Okay, put this aside. Now, we're gonna put these on a parchment-lined sheet pan. Like so. And I'm going to put them in a 400-degree oven and toast them a little bit before I put the butter on. Set my timer so I don't forget. Maybe 6 minutes. We'll see how it goes after 6 minutes. Always set your timer on your oven, especially if you've been drinking Pinot Grigio, because you will forget. I do. Those croutons are looking nice and toasty. So, let me flip them over. I'm going to butter the other side too. You really only need to butter one side, but I like butter. And I got plenty of butter here, and I'm going to use it. Well, let's butter this side, the bottom side. It'll get toasty. Okay. Flip them back over. Let's get some of that garlic. Yeah, now we're talking. Get some of that garlic and herbs on there. One more. Get that garlic in there. There we go. Now let's put them back in the oven. Put them back in the oven, finish them off. They'll be ready to go. Okay, our Cioppino croutons are ready. See, I told you, Le Creuset stuff is an obsession. Crazy. Anyways, here's our croutons. Nice and garlicky, got a lot of butter. I'm gonna set these aside. Woo! Look at those toasty edges, nice and caramelized. That's what you want right there. Even the garlic is a little bit roasted. You can see a little bit of brown bits on the garlic. Fantastic. Can't wait to try it. Okay, so now we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil to the pan, probably about maybe a quarter cup. Turn on the heat. About medium high. And we're going to start sauteing the vegetables. I like using these big, heavy cast iron Le Creuset pots, braziers. These are like the best cooking utensils, cooking pots that you can get. I really enjoy them. They perform really well, and this is what I like to use. I have kind of an obsession with Le Creuset, actually. So, you know, for Christmas and birthdays, what do you want for Christmas or birthday or Father's Day? I said, I need another Le Creuset Dutch oven. So I got a lot of them. My wife don't mind buying them for me because she benefits from it because she gets to eat what I cook out of it. Okay. Put the onion. Celery. Fennel. A little bit of leek. And we're going to saute these up till they're nice and tender. They're starting to soften up now. You can see them kind of losing a little bit of volume, and they're starting to get a little bit wilted. At that point, then I'm going to add my minced garlic. Oh, you can smell it now. Oh, yeah. Now's a good time to add the pepper flakes. Get those in there. Throw in my fresh oregano. From my toasted fennel seeds. We're building flavor right here. We're building flavor for this fisherman's stew. Cioppino. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this absinthe, and we're going to give it a little bit more licorice flavor there. Okay, here comes my favorite part. You're going to want about 2 cups of Pinot Grigio. So that's approximately half a bottle, and we're going to let that cook down. Here's the fun part. Some for the fisherman's stew, some for the Cioppino, some for the cook. Cheers. That's how we roll. Tasty. We're going to let this reduce down a little bit, by about half, before we add the seafood stock to it. The thing about the Cioppino is, after you build the stock, you can leave the vegetables whole like this. Some people like it chunky. They like the chunky Cioppino. Personally, I like to blend it down and make a smooth sauce out of it. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and throw those bay leaves in there. That's going to give it some more flavor. See, one thing about these cast iron Le Creuset braziers, you have nice even cooking. So you can see it's like bubbling all the way around. There we go. That looks good. Get some of the alcohol burned off of there. Now I'm going to put in the seafood stock. I'm also going to add my tomatoes. Stir that around. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to add just a little salt and pepper, not too much. We can always adjust it later. I'll put a little salt and pepper in there. Now we're going to bring this to a boil, cover it, and let it simmer for about an hour or so. Get all those vegetables nice and soft before we blend them up. Okay, it's going pretty good. I want to lower the heat. put the lid on and let it simmer for a while. Now let's check our Cioppino base. Smells really great. The vegetables are nice and soft. And I think we're ready to blend it up. But first, let's taste it. Give it a taste. Make sure it's tasting good. Oh my gosh. Man, that's good. Got just a little bit of heat to it. You can taste the fennel. You can taste everything in there. That's phenomenal. Okay, let's put that aside. And now I want to fish out the bay leaves. Get it? Fish out the bay leaves with Cioppino, the fish. Yeah, crack myself up. My wife rolling her eyes at me. Let's pull this out. Pull this one out. Or fish this one out. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. So as you notice, I put this apron on because I'm gonna blend this sauce up and I will surely get this red sauce all over my chef coat, and I don't want to do that. So I have my KitchenAid blender, my immersion blender. Just get it turned on. I'm gonna start at a very low speed first, like maybe 2, and we'll see how we go. I make a mess. I tend to make a mess in my kitchen, believe me. Like I said, you can leave the vegetables in here, make it more like a hearty stew, but I like mine blended up. It makes like a nice sauce to accompany the fish and the pasta, the linguine. Now I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. Oh, that looks good. Right there. Look at that sauce. All those vegetables are all pureed into there. Just gives it a great big flavor boost. Everything that you chopped up, everything you worked for, everything that makes this Cioppino sauce Cioppino is all in there right now. It's all blended, and it's gonna make that fish just scream. Taste it. That doesn't need any more salt, doesn't need any more pepper. It doesn't need anything. What we did was we just made, like, to me, the perfect cioppino. So I'm gonna cover it up. Next thing we're gonna do is add the fish to it. Okay, so now that the sauce is ready and it's all blended up, I'm going to drop my pasta. Like I said, you don't have to use the pasta. I just like it that way. My kids like the pasta noodles, so that's how I roll with that. I'm going to take the lid off, and I am now going to put the mussels and the clams first. There we go, let's cover them. Cook those for about 4 minutes. Now that the mussels and the clams are in, I'm going to season up the fish. All I'm going to put on the fish is a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of salt and pepper, that's all it needs. Not too much. About like that. I'll flip this over. Get the back. Toss these around a little bit. That's good. Let's check it. Oh, they're starting to pop now, so let me give it a little stir. They're starting to open up. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to drop my fish in. And I want to start with the cod. Just lay it across the top like this. Followed by the shrimp. Now I'm going to put the calamari tubes and tentacles. You don't want the calamari to overcook too much. There you go. And on top of that, I'm going to put these crab pieces. Little Dungeness crab, right like this. Cover it. Let it go for about another 6-7 minutes and we'll check it. We're gonna lift this up and check out the seafood. The seafood looks good, right there. My fish is nice and flaky. Look at that. I think we're ready to go right here. So let me bring this cioppino over here. Let me show you what we made. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so good. It smells awesome. So the next thing we need to do is plate one up. So actually, we have 5 people eating here tonight, so I'm just going to plate all 5. And here's what we'll do. Okay. Okay. Now I like to put a little bit of pasta, put this linguine right in the center of the plate. You don't need to put a whole bunch, just a little bit. Give it a little twist like that. I got a little bit more here. There we go. Next thing I want to do, I want to take this crab off because I want to try to get to some of the fish first. So I'll set that there. And I'll get a spoon. And we'll go fishing in here for the fish. So I have 5 pieces of cod. And one more here. And I have about 3 pieces of a shrimp per person. I'll put one more over here. I have 3 there, yes. Just kind of scatter them about there. There you go. Now we have the clams and mussels. Calamari. A little bit more here. Okay. Oh, I got one more shrimp. Where did I go? Oop. Right here. Well, everybody got that? Had extra shrimp. Cool. Okay, that looks like quite a bit. So now, let's put a crouton right on top like this. Then I like to put the crab, kind of like this. Now all this goodness in here we're going to put right over the top. The sauce. think a little more in here. Now I'll just wipe the plate off a little bit, clean it up. Oops, like that, like that. Now let's garnish it. I'll put a little lemon right on top of the crouton. You can squeeze a little lemon on top. And here I have a little microgreen to just kind of put around the plate a little bit, make it look pretty. I even have a little bit of oregano from our garden, for some of that fresh oregano that we put in there. You can, stick that in there right on top of the lemon, like that. Whatever, there you go. I'll tell you, I lived in Northern California all my life. I grew up in the East Bay, in the Bay Area. I've had a lot of Cioppino. Some good, some okay. This one is the best. Okay, I'm not saying that just because I made it. This is a great recipe. Don't be intimidated by it, the amount of prep work and chopping and all that stuff. Just do a little bit at a time. Just do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. That's the whole idea behind me making these videos. I'm showing you how to do it. You can do it. You just gotta do it. So this would go good with my basic vinaigrettes, which right here, and my simple salad, and a little Pinot Grigio right here. Call it dinner. I hope you've enjoyed watching my video. Please remember to ring the bell, click the subscribe button, and visit my website at www.chefjoeskitchen.org for more videos and recipes. Remember, food tastes best when it's simple and fresh, and made with Pinot Grigio. Let's have a little taste. Look at this, look at this. Oh my gosh. You can do it. Bye.